What's up, my brothers and sisters on the continent, Black Africa, man? Another blessed day, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's well, man. Wake up, see this girl's day. Be thankful to the Creator, you know what I'm saying, for this day. Um, we coming in from All For You channel to hopefully today, man, my thoughts and my opinions for the brothers and sisters on the continent is going to be try to give solutions, you know what I'm saying, to keep the African rise going, you know what I'm saying, amongst the young people is most important because it's going to be the young people, you know what I'm saying, who are going to change the conditions in their respective countries, going to change the conditions on the continent of Africa, going to keep the African rising in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? So everybody can be able to benefit, you know what I'm saying? No more of this locked in people ruling over them to keep their country undeveloped, to keep them weak, you know, to keep them malnutrition, so they can't dispute the wicked rulership that rules over them for the sole purpose of outsiders to come in and exploit the natural resources and rob and steal the riches of the country, as well as keep wars going, keep people divided, and keep Africans killing each other, you know what I'm saying, and at each other. And so today, man, you know what I'm saying, I want to talk to the brothers who out there on the front lines, you know what I'm saying, you know, on these platforms or out there, you know what I'm saying, doing the work. It's very important and vital, man, to y'all to understand that y'all the key to informing the young Africans, you know what I'm saying, in these countries to get them the right information so they can keep the African rise going, you know what I'm saying, so they can continue to to kick these bootlickers, these Uncle Toms, these people who serving the former colonizers, masters, you know what I'm saying, who have allowed for their country to stay in undevelopment for so long and allow for their resources to be exploited just for the sole purpose to develop Europe, develop the West. You know what I'm saying? And so the brothers and sisters who have the information, you got to go out and continue to teach the young people so we can make the right choices, so they can be active and motivated to get behind right leadership, to continue to push, you know what I'm saying, for the right changes in the right directions, to continue to hold those who are in those countries who have kicked some of their former colonizers out, but to hold them accountable to the revolution, to hold them accountable for the things they say out their mouth. You can't do this if you're not informing the people, you're not informing the young people on the things they need to do and how they can be active to, you know what I'm saying, to hold people accountable, but also be active to make sure and push, you know what I'm saying, that, man, that the revolution is not no joke, you know what I'm saying, it's not no changing of kicking out one master to have another master that's still there and they are getting fed and allowing them to continue to exploit the country resources because you done got rid of one master for another one. And so therefore, the country still staying the same. It still become undeveloped. It still allow for those few to reap the benefits. And once they start reaping the benefits, they want to keep what they earn and what they got. And so they don't care. They develop a mindset, but they don't care about the majority. They don't care about their country. They don't care about their fellow man or woman. And so it's on those who are revolutionaries, Pan-Africanists, to go out and educate, inform, and let the people know, let the young people know they can control their destiny right here and now. Also hold those leaders accountable to get the leaders to understand the solution to make this successful is those leaders who have took those bold steps to kick their former colonizers out of their country, to try to shape their country, you know what I'm saying, to have a system that support the people, not a few of the people, but all the people. It's very vital that these leaders come together and work together to help participate in building those prospective countries that are linked. They are linked. through the land masses. And some of the things that haven't been done on the continent, these are the countries right now who have kicked their former colonizers out, has the opportunity to show those leaders who only talked about being unified, only talked about having borders, that their fellow Africans don't have to get a visa or have to get some type of paper just to go across a border that's right there. Y'all had an opportunity to put certain things in play to show how it'll work and how it'll be beneficial to all the Africans in that area working together, knowing that one country is their country. If I go into this country, this is my country too. There's no division. Because now the respective countries are working together, they're unified. Respective leaders are working together, they're unified. We both need the same thing to help our people. We all are Black Africans. This is the solution I feel that I can give and I can promote to the African leadership and to the people. And I know this task is going to be hard on those who take leadership. That's why I say that you have to be willing to die. You have to be willing to sacrifice your time. You have to be willing to sacrifice you benefiting from kicking out those leaders. You have to make sacrifice, great sacrifice. Those in the leadership. The people gonna have to make great sacrifices to control their destiny, to make sure their destiny and their purpose is successful. Because you're gonna still have those outside forces fighting against y'all to not allow it to happen. Because y'all can't be a success because it make those who they have gained power and supported, like the AU and ECOWAS. They have gained them power and financial support. So for y'all to be successful, it's going to be an affront to them. It's going to expose them. That why y'all haven't put these things in play? Why y'all haven't acted these policies? Why y'all haven't moved in true unity? And so the 5 or 4 countries that have really sincerely got rid of their former colonizers, who got to get rid of those United States military that's still in their country. What they there for? Why they got those bases in your country if you're talking about being self-sufficient, independent? If you're talking about controlling your country, dealing with any disturbance or internal enemies is trying to destroy and disunify y'all country. We got to be our own men. We got to be our own warriors. We got to be our own soldiers. We can't, as African men, keep on allowing for other men who are not African and have a history of mistreating and enslaving our people to do the work that we can do ourselves as men, as warriors, as soldiers. If the French got to go, the Americans got to go. Why are they military still there? If we're going to truly be self-sufficient on this continent and in these countries, we got to be the ones that stand up as men and do men stuff, do warrior stuff, do soldier stuff. Those who got the training, know how to be soldiers, got to train those who don't have the training. who had a spirit to be soldiers and warriors. Those who don't have that spirit and motivation to be a soldier, to be a warrior, you educate them to their spirit. You educate to them where they motivate to be a part and participate in the development of their country. Don't force somebody to be something they're not. If their spirit and their motivation is not to be a soldier, they're not meant to be a soldier. They might be meant to be a builder, an engineer, a doctor, agriculture, work in the fields. So we train them and educate them to be that, put them in the places that are going to be more effective to make sure the country is developed. He might be motivated to be a good security guard, policeman. Or she. We got to use everyone, not just the males, but the women, to bring about success of this African rise. And for us to be independent of others, but to be dependent on ourselves, to do the things that we can do for ourselves. If we can't fight for ourselves as men, we can't defend our own countries, how can we suspect somebody to believe we can lead them? If we can't be father to our own kid and teach our father how to come into manhood, how can we expect to run a country and be the leader of a country or be the leader of a family? But if you telling me you allow other countries to set up bases in your country to fight small groups of people who are invading your country, that you know now that these same people created these groups, gave them weaponry to terrorize your countries, but you still have the United States government, AFRICOM and bases still in your country, supposedly serving a purpose to fight your battles. It's time to make the argument to say, hey, we don't need y'all either. The French had to go because of what they was doing, but we don't need y'all to fight our battles. Y'all can use y'all's resources and money to serve y'all people. Or if y'all really want to help, give us the military equipment and know-how, we're going to protect our own country. We don't need y'all to be a foothold for what? We don't need y'all in our country. Thanks, but no thanks. We're going to protect our own country. We're going to fight our own battles from here on out today. And this is the information that the revolutionaries, the Pan-Africans, got to teach and go out and infuse this information to the young people. You got to take control of your own destiny. You got to be the men and the women of your country or your community or your society. You got to do the things that men and women do. Not allow other people, other women that's not of Africa, come and do the work for you. And you become dependent on them doing the work for you. Giving up your country to their dictates, to their deceptive deals that they get you to sign, because they give you the money. And you take that money, giving your country, your resources away. If this is a true revolution, it's a true African rising. I believe it is. The brothers in those respective countries got to do the bold things that the puppet leadership that we see haven't done. You got to welcome brothers and sisters home from the shores that want to come home in these other countries that can help in this development, that can help in some of the things you need done in your country. The educational system, the healthcare system. You got to be a welcome country to those who was part of this history of being taken off the continent and enslaved, to be given free labor to build up these Western and European countries that are still there living in those respective countries. You got to welcome those brothers and sisters home who are willing and sincerely coming home to help build this new Africa, this new united countries of Africa. Y'all take that bold step to be united countries of Africa, the ones who have stood to get rid of their French colonizers, to tell their American militaries that's still in their countries, we don't need your help. We're going to do the fight ourselves. And y'all work together to deal with those who are trying to weaken y'all country. Y'all come together, sit down, bring solutions on how y'all can collaborate and work together to fight those forces that are trying to disrupt y'all country, to come together and collaborate to deal with the issues and concerns of the people in y'all country, the needs of y'all country, how y'all can mobilize the people to participate as a collective, to bring forth this development, to create the things y'all need to create for yourself, to do business with people who are gonna treat y'all fair and see y'all as equals, gonna give y'all fair deals for the resources y'all got. No more of those bogus contracts, no more taking money. I don't care where it comes from, whether it be the West, to be China, whether it be Russia, everything got to be fair now. Y'all already know how the bad deals go. Y'all already know how the money, you know what I'm saying, that y'all that took in the past, it puts you in the debt because of the high rates, the interest rate. Y'all done seen the bad deals, so y'all know how the bad deals are. No more of that. Deals gonna be made in the best interest that's gonna serve the people. Deals gonna be made that these people see y'all as equals. They see y'all as partners. They see y'all as allies. They don't mind sharing the information to show y'all how to create for y'all own. These are the deals I'm talking about. Deals that's gonna say, hey, y'all can create your own cars. This is how you do it. These are the material y'all need. This is the education you need to teach your people so they can be able to create for themselves. Y'all gonna be able to build your own roads. This is the information y'all need. This is the material you need to be able to build roads and bridges. Y'all want, this is the information y'all need to build your own military tanks, to build your own military helicopters, aircrafts, airplanes for transportations. So y'all can create this for y'allself. This is the type of deals and information I'm talking about. If people see you as an equal, if people see you as a true ally, a true brother, a true sister, they don't mind sharing this stuff with you because they don't see you as a enemy. They don't see you as a competing force. They're not fearful if you know this information, you don't get ahead of them. And you're going to be a threat to them. Like a lot of these Western powers are and European powers are. They feel if they give the African, the black man, the black woman too much, their history tell them that they're gonna get back on top. They're gonna shoot up Why are they fearful of that? Why they think like that? Study the history of these countries. Study what the black man and black woman did when they had opportunity, when doors was opening and they had opportunity, and how they was able to suit up and become the number one in whatever field they was in, whether it was in sports, whether it was in the business, whether it was in entertainment. The black man and black woman rise to the top. And so because of that's ingrained in a lot of these white people here, and they know the potential of the black man and the black woman, it make them fearful. It make them fearful that these people get in control. They think they're gonna take vengeance for all the stuff they done did, the horrible stuff they done did to black people around the world. This is the fear the white people, man and woman think. So that's why they haven't shared with you, Africa. They don't want the African continent to develop. They know the African history. They know how long the African was in rulership over the world. They know the African history of the first civilization created. Everything started there. Everything. And so you can't deal with people who have that type of fear. They have nothing to base that fear in. We have been a very forgiving people. We have been able to forgive and live with some of the people who have brutalized us. Confess to the brutalization. Confess to the unjust killing. And we've been able to forgive them and live right beside them. Never taking vengeance. They had all the tools and means to take vengeance. Never taking vengeance. But they still had this fear in their mind. So I'm saying to the brothers and sisters over there, man, they have started this African rise. Come together. Don't do what a lot of blacks in these countries, in the country I'm talking about, in the country I live in, the United States, where black people don't like to collaborate with each other. We so messed up in the head. And as much as the wealth we done created for ourselves over here, there's not a lot of blacks that come together and collaborate for the benefit of the majority. We divide ourselves, compete against ourselves, but we don't collaborate. Don't take on that mindset, my brothers and sisters on the continent. This is your time to rise. Your rise is my rise. We rise together as one collective. We got to collaborate. We got to come together. That's the only way we're going to be successful and be self-sufficient, create things for ourselves, not be dependent on other men and women to do the things we can do. This information got to be put out there and educated to the people who are uneducated, the people who don't got the phones, who don't got the TVs to get the information they need to keep this fire, to keep this rise going. You, revolutionary, you Pan-African, you got to be the ones to get out there. This is your calling as well. To put the foot to the pavement. Reach those people. Teach those people. Get them involved. Let them know now, you have the chance to participate in your destiny. To make sure your country never be recolonized. Never be sold out. This is your time. Keep the spirit going. Africa is rising.